Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton, and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. Today we're going to be doing another deck tech. We've got another sweet deck to look at today. Previously, we looked at Ezreal Vi Shellfolk. I brought up some problems I believe the deck had, and today we're going to be looking at a different version of Shellfolk. We're going to be looking at Lux Poppy Shellfolk. I know, Lux deck, lol, ha ha ha, lol. But I like this version of Shellfolk personally because, in my opinion, it does fix some problems that I personally have with Ezreal Vi, with only a little bit of trade off, and that trade off is basically you're losing PNZ's amazing removal suite, and you're also kind of losing Ezreal, but we get to play Poppy instead. And the trade off is basically we get Radiant Guardian, aka we get access to a solid way to gain life, which PNZ, Ezreal, Vi, Shellfolk doesn't have. So we also get more stuff, but let's go look at the deck really quick before I just keep rambling on about the deck. Okay, welcome to the deck. Now, like the previous deck, Ezreal, Vi, Shellfolk, very, very similar game plan here. We're just trying to stall and then win with insane amounts of value from Shellfolk. We have two main alternate win cons, and those two alternate win cons are Lux, just Lux herself, and getting value from Lux. And the other alternate win con is just Poppy snowballing the game and getting us so far ahead we don't even need our Shellfolk or Lux. But yeah, as you can see, this deck is very similar to the Ezreal Vi version: Otterpuss, Trinket Trades, Telescopes, Conchologist, Pokestick, etc., etc., the Shellfolk itself, Mini Morph. And we're playing Demacia instead because mostly just Radiant Guardian, but also another important thing to take note of is Conchologist. Demacia spells that you can get off of Conchologist are pretty solid, just off the top of my head. Single Combat, Radiant Strike, Chain Vest, Ranger's Resolve, more Sharp Sights, which is already a great card as well. Probably one of the best Demacia cards. You can give a Relentless Pursuit to rally if you'd like. There's just so many great things. And of course, you have the other half of your regions in the form of Bandle City, but we already know Bandle City's got some great spells. So what is this? So what about this deck? We'll go through every single card, just talk about it real quick. Otterpuss and Prank. Like in the Ezreal Vi version of this deck, it just comes down early, gives you a small, cheap body that's sort of free because of a tune. Trying to use the Prank for Shellfolk to get value that way. Just an overall great card. Trinket Trade, more Otterpusses, very cute when you have a Shellfolk out and then you play Trinket Trade, choosing Otterpuss. You get two Otterpusses, one of which is a 0-mana Otterpuss, which technically gives you a +1 mana because of a tune. Just a solid card, and similar to Conchologist, great spells you can get too. Speaking of Conchologist, just insanely good of a card. Fairly durable, so it survives pings, great spells to choose from, just a lovely card. Telescope, I've seen some decks actually starting to cut a Telescope and only playing 2 Telescopes now, not just in Shellfolk decks, but just in decks in general. And I feel like the reason for that is because of that 1 health. It is a little fragile against decks that run pings, like Make It Rain, Vile Feast, Pokesticks, etc., etc. But it's still such a great card. I love running all 3 of them. Speaking of Pokestick, only 2 of them in this deck. You might say, like, why only 2? Well, I kind of just like only 2 right now. Sure, 3's nice, and we are a little removal light, but we're trying to, since we're not running that much removal, you might notice there's no single combat or concerted strikes. Our plan is actually just to go really wide, like a Poppy deck in general, and just stall the board out that way. So we don't really need that much removal. We just need some small removal for small annoying things like, I don't know, Daring Poros, Teemos and stuff like that. And big, just get that out of here kind of removal in the form of Mini Morph for things like Scion and so on. So we're only running 2 Pokesticks. You could definitely run 3 if you want. I just currently run 2. Next up, I mean, do I even really need to explain this card? 3 sharp sights. This card is probably the best card in Demacia right now. It is definitely the most played Demacia card, I believe. I think. Next up, Vandal City Mayor. I like this card in this deck because a lot of our cards get discounts from it. Aloof Travelers gets a discount, Telescope, Poppy herself. Of course, the multi-region cards from this and the Telescope get discounts to it as well. Great card overall. A little slow, I will say that, as we are definitely a control deck. We're not really swarming as hard as more dedicated Poppy decks, but it's still such a busted card, running all 3 of them. You could even cut the Mayor completely and run Laurent Protege. That has been tried in this deck, and I personally just like Mayor better because Mayor is, like I said, busted. Next up, Aloof Travelers. Also, before we keep going, we continue on, just one more thing about the Mayor. Mayor is also really good as removal bait. Let's say your opponent does waste a removal spell on it. That's one less removal spell that's going towards a Poppy, a Shellfolk, and a Lux. So that's another reason I like this card compared to Laurent Protege, who your opponent will usually not waste a decent removal spell on. Next up, Aloof Traveler, running all 3 of them. The card's just nuts. Gives you, puts you +1 in terms of card advantage on your opponent. Gets rid of problematic things like mini morphs, vengeances. What else? Severes. Scion, even maybe if you get lucky. Just such a nutty card. Could even get rid of maybe a Golden Aegis or 2 as well. This card's crazy. So we run all 3. Next up, 3 Poppies. Don't need to talk about this. This card's probably one of the best champions in the game at the moment. Don't try too hard to level up Poppy. Like, don't waste your sharp sights to save her too often unless you're confident or you don't need that sharp sight to protect anything else, because you really only care about getting 1 Poppy buff, really. Like, let's assume you have, like, I don't know, some Otter Pushes, a Mayor, maybe even a Telescope as well. You give everything +1/+1, and then let's say your Poppy dies to a block or just a removal spell after she gives the buff. So what? You got some buffs on some really nice cards. She did her job. She got a 1-for-1 trade, in theory, and she gave a buff to everything. That puts you, in my opinion, fairly far ahead. Now, of course, you can also level her up thanks to Sharp Sight, and Conchologist spells will really help to level her up if you find more protection spells like Prismatic Barriers, Relentless Pursuits, things to give tough, etc., etc. So it's actually not crazy unheard of to level her up in this deck. Next up, 2 Hidden Pathways. Started with 3, went down to 2. I could see myself even going down to 1. We have so much card draw and card generation. I'm not sure about the number of these I like. I'm currently playing 2 because I really, really want to find my Shellfolks. But with things like the manifest cards like Telescope, Conchologist, and Mayor, the Travelers themselves, Pokey Sticks, etc., we have a lot of card generation. Sometimes we'll run into the problem of, and this is a good problem to have, our hand will be so full we can't really play Hidden Pathways that well. Also, quick note, when it's discounted, because it's always discounted pretty much, Hidden Pathways at 3 mana is pretty much half of a Lux Laser Beam, so that's cool too. Next card, pretty much the main reason we went to Demacia, Radiant Guardian. Card has been nerfed from its glory days of being a 5/5, but it's actually kind of good for this deck to be a 4/5 because it can get buffed with Poppy, and making a 5/6 Radiant Guardian is nuts. This card just will automatically win you the game in certain matchups. For example, let's say you go against Poppy Ziggs. You drop a turn 5 Radiant Guardian against Poppy Ziggs, burn, you win the game. Like, unless you're extremely, extremely far behind, you're going to win the game. And you shouldn't be that far behind because thanks to your own swarm plan, they're not going to be able to swarm too much. So you should win. In fact, even against Poppy Ziggs, I would even keep 1 Radiant Guardian in my opener as long as the rest of my hand's not too terrible. But even if I have to mulligan everything, I might even consider keeping 1 Radiant Guardian in my opener. That's how much that wins the game. Next few cards, last 3 cards. Shellfolk, pretty much our main value win con. Again, this card just generates insane amounts of value. It's kind of hard to remove in the current meta because removal's not that common. At least bigger removal's not that common. So great card. Pretty much the entire deck's built around this, so you got to play all three of them. Next up, 3 Luxes. Lux is kind of cute because a lot of times people will... Nowadays, it seems like people might even ignore Lux and not even kill Lux, which is a problem because Final Spark will win games. And then even if your opponent does remove it, that's fine. That means if your opponent used the removal spell on Lux, your Poppy and your Shellfolk is probably happy about that anyway. So you get to attack from 3 different directions. So yeah, Lux is pretty good. And of course, as long as she's not leveled up, she gets buffed from a standard 4/3 Poppy. So pretty sweet. Last card, Mini-Morph, 3 Mini-Morphs. Instantly levels up Lux at burst speed first off, and it's just an overall great card. Yeah, solid card. I don't think there's any need to explain this card. It is a little bad if you've fallen behind on tempo and your opponent has a board because you're using 6 mana to get rid of a problematic unit in theory, but you still leave behind a 3/3 and you still have to deal with the rest of their board. But this card's just so good against certain cards like Scion. It's not that popular, but other things with Last Breath like Commander Ladros, and just big things in general, like enemy Shellfolks. Yeah, I guess like that's a good example too. Enemy Shellfolks. Poppies as well. It's not a bad idea to mini-morph Poppies. Sennas. And I think I already said Scion, but of course always Scion. Anyway, though, that is the deck. Those are the reasons why every single card is in this deck and why they're in this deck and what their job is. As for the mulligan plan, the game plan, it's pretty much standard for any Shellfolk deck. Just against aggro decks, find your early game and just stall as much as you can until you can get Shellfolk value or just slam a Radiant Guardian and win the game. Against mid-range and control, depending on how fast the mid-range deck is, maybe keep 1 Shellfolk in your hand. If you have a good curve, maybe even keep Poppy in your hand and just try to go for the swarm plan. So yeah. Also, quick note, you even have a really good just playing your stuff out on curve, kind of curve. Turn 1 Otter Post, bank 1 spell mana. Turn 2 Conchologist, grab whatever spell. Turn 3 Mayor, assume the Mayor lives. Turn 4, 3 mana Poppy. You have that 1 spell mana bank from Otterpuss, so you have the Otterpuss, the Conchologist, could be a Telescope as well instead, a Mayor, and a Poppy. That's 4 units on the board. You have 2 mana after you play the Poppy, so you can threaten Sharp Sights, single combats, Pokey Sticks, you know, just random spells you got from Conchologist as well. So like Chain Vest, Ranger's Resolve, etc., etc. And if you have the attack token, you can attack buffing 4 units. That's pretty game winning if you can get that kind of curve off. Of course, that means your opponent's probably not doing anything or removing your units, like they're not removing your Poppy or your Mayor, or maybe they don't have a stun to slow down the Poppy. But hey, we take those kind of wins. Anyway, though, that's enough talking about this deck and praising it. I've been playing this deck in Masters recently, have around a 70% win rate or so over around 30 games, so small sample size, but pretty high win rate. This deck kind of destroys Scion in theory. It's pretty good against Poppy Ziggs. I'd say I'm a little bit annoyed by Demacia rally decks with 5 rallies. And of course, like any control deck, Bandle is annoying, but whatever. So enough rambling and talking. Let's go and look at a few games. Why not? Okay, we got a pretty off-meta deck here, actually. We've got Taliyah Ziggs. Off-meta, but not that crazy of a deck to see. I'm not going to keep Aloof Travelers. I just want to curve out in this matchup here. Aloof Travelers is a thing I want eventually in the late game, but that's mostly because of Arsenal. This deck's actually kind of unfavored for me, I think, because in my opinion, Taliyah Ziggs is, while it's not a good deck for ladder, and in the meta, in my opinion, I have no idea why they did that. In my opinion, I think Taliyah Ziggs is a fairly solid anti-control deck. At least from how I see it, this is going to be a problem. I could use an Otterpuss from Trinket Trade to pop the Roiling Sands, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. I think I'm just going to play Mayor here. Okay. Another Aloof Travelers. I'll take it. Don't really care about that. If it's Ziggs, whatever. Chemist is fine. So they have to open attack here or else we get a nice discount even though our Mayor will die. We can even save the Mayor a bit and get a little more of a discount going. I might do that. Don't know why they're attacking with both. Like 3-1 pulls in the Mayor. This pull and I'll block like this and we'll just save the Mayor for now? Sure. So you want to draw? Radiant Guardian's not bad. I think I will just play Mayor, Aloof Traveler now. Let's play the one that my Mayor didn't create. I want to find a sharp side here before my next attack. That's not bad. Getting rid of a mini-morph is really good now. This keeps our Poppy safe. If they don't kill Mayor, we get another discount. Mayor's doing great. Gave us a Aloof Traveler. Kind of gave us 1 mana. That's a really slow play for them. I love it. So yeah, we're in a good spot now. We'll play Poppy. They'll play... I could even play this. Let's start with Poppy first, so I can get the discount. So Explosive Minefield popping and stunning Poppy's annoying, but not terribly annoying. Yeah, that's whatever. Could look for a... I mean, it's, even if I keep her alive, it's still stunned, so I'll just let her die. It's fine. I'll just take the 2 damage now, then. So, we failed our first attempted win con, and that's Poppy go wide, which is fine. That's like our... Okay, that's fine. Poppy... snowballing out of control is a win con that's nice to get, but it's not really important. I kind of like I think I'm gonna take Group Shot here. On Guard's actually a pretty solid spell to take too sometimes, but I think I like Group Shot the most. I don't know though, would Radiant Guardian on Guard's pretty sweet. In fact, I think I will take it. No, let's take Group Shot. We have Mini Morph if we need removal. And Group Shot's good small removal, so yeah, I just like this. Plus, we're 1 unit away from activating Group Shot anyway, so it's fine. And honestly, 1 mana deal 1's solid. If they don't attack, we can Aloof Traveler. This is a fine trade here. I'll just play Radiant Guardian, get some nice value with this now. Alright, so we just need to find Lux, Shellfolk. Second Poppy would be great. That card doesn't really do much. We can always just kill it if we care. That's a problem. But I've got Mini Morph, so it's not a problem. Yeah, we'll just Mini Morph this. Sadly, I have to Mini Morph it during my turn. Actually, if I remember correctly, if you get rid of Taliyah while she's attacking, I'm pretty sure the, what's it called? Volleys are gone. So we don't have to do that. Also, this is why I don't like 3 pathways. You can see our hands getting a little full here. I think I'll just play Aloof Travelers to activate Group Shot to kill the Rock Bear. And we got rid of an Arsenal. That's another reason I wanted to play it too. Sweet. A little worried about a second Arsenal, but, you know, if they have it, they have it. I can't do much about that. Minefields, whatever. I don't care about that. Kind of considering a prank right now just to see what's in their hand, but I'll pass for now. If they pass again, I'm fine with that. I might even just Sharp Sight Radiant Guardian block Taliyah, in all honesty here. Okay, and we found our unsecondary win con in the form of Lux. This is great. Means I can't really Mini Morph anything this turn, but whatever. Okay, so when I said I was going to play Lux, I lied. Definitely just going to mini-morph now. So I'm going to prank here because my hand's a little bit bad. That's going to be annoying. Not even going to play another unit. Want to bait them into an attack here with their other units so I can play a Radiant Guardian. If that's it, I'll just trade my 2/2 into that. Sure. So we'll definitely mini-morph this. And block. Oh, wow, it doesn't stop that? I thought it would have stopped that. I guess it's because it's still Taliyah. Well, then if that's happening, I'll do this. That should still trade. Wait, no, because it's 2.
Just kill me.
So let's do this then. We'll just take all the damage from volleys. Can't play Radiant Guardian, but whatever. This is fine. I don't mind this. Now this Waste Walker, though. That's going to be a problem. Still, we've got a lot of spells. We've got Lux. We got this. Kind of want to play a Trinket trade to get another Otterpuss for the board. That's a problem. Yeah, we need a board. Pokey Stick's not a bad idea, but we need a board.
Tentacles off the spectacles, please.
Okay, so good news, we know most of their hand. Bad news, 6/7 Ziggs is a problem. Yeah, 6/7 Ziggs is a very big problem. Okay, never mind. When I said it's a problem, I lied. Oh, Mini-Morph, you are a great card. And they can't even play another Taliyah. Well, they could, but they won't get any value. I don't know, though. Everything getting +2, or the units getting +2/+2 because of Herald's going to be annoying. I'm just going to pass here. Well, actually... yeah, I'll just pass here. Make them waste all that mana. Now, I know if you get rid of Ziggs, his, what's it called? Short fuse, it will be stopped. Which is why I was a little surprised when I mini-morphed Taliyah, the volley still went through. I don't actually know if you mini-morph Ziggs if his ability goes through. Looks like we're going to find out here, though. So, definitely mini-morphing that. Levels up our Lux. We'd love to see it. So...
Go away.
wow, it does go through? Either that's a bug or intended, because I know if you stun Ziggs and push him out of combat, it stops. I guess it's technically still Ziggs is why it's doing that. I'm just going to trade my Radiant Guardian here. Yeah, we'll just trade Radiant Guardian for the life. Don't want to die to burn here, in other words. Plus, if I really care, I can play another Radiant Guardian. And I kind of do. Kind of do. Let's just do that. Good old Radiant Guardian. Even though you've been nerfed, you still have a job that you can do. Okay. Let's just do that now. Start chipping that down. If they're forced to use 6 mana to counter this, we love it. That's more than fine with me. Oh yeah, and I forgot, it has Overwhelm. I always forget that the laser beam has Overwhelm. That's gonna be annoying, but whatever. Could prank now. I'm not going to, but I could. It's definitely something I'm considering. I think I'll just open attack with Radiant Guardian, get a nice 4 health here. If they block with Ziggs, I'll Sharp Sight. That's whatever. If I just get 4 health here and they don't block with anything, I'm fine with that. So if I'm trying to think, because I can use pathways, which I will use. Mayor's not bad. And now I can sharp sight this. But I won't do that. I don't have to sharp sight here if I want to get a another laser beam, which I do want. I want a laser beam to kill either the Waste Walker or start chipping away at Ziggs. That's fine. Another 2 damage from him. Doesn't really matter too much. I'll put you to 5. Let's just ping this now. Just see if I can find anything sweet. All right, and now we'll prank to get the right up to 8 mana so they can't stop this. It's a problem. And then we'll just kill this. Get rid of this growing overwhelm guy. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem though. Like, this is a very big problem. I've had a group shot to pop that. Maybe I'm lucky here and find... Maybe I'm lucky and find an Aloof Travelers, but it's only going to be a 50-50 because that is 8 mana. Didn't find it, but I'll take a Telescope. Solid card. Might be losing this, though. Might be losing this. I'll take a right, though. Sure. Okay. Nice.
You want a big boom? You call this guy.
Okay, so they got Elusive and Regeneration. Let's just do this to get rid of the Spell Shield. Wait, does he not have Spell Shield? No, yeah, he has Spell Shield.
Light it up, huh?
So I've got my own counterspell here. I could just trade off. So they didn't scout because he doesn't have scout. I could just trade off Lux here, which isn't a terrible idea. Or I could double... I'm going to double sharp side on my Radiant Guardian because it'll keep my Guardian alive too, thanks to Tough. It's going to be really hard for them to stop this. I guess Quicksand would have stopped it. And, I mean, I'll just pass for now. I don't really have anything else to do. Reservarium's annoying, but whatever. I'm going to Mayor here. No, I'm going to Aloof Traveler here. I know that's probably going to discard Rite of Negation, but I don't care. I'm just trying to find Shellfolk and more spells here. That's pretty much it. Why are they doing that? Just for another 2 damage to face, I guess? Sure. Yeah, you got it. Could play another Aloof Travelers to try and get rid of another Arsenal. I won't do it now, but I'll do it after they draw a card. Poppy's a pretty good draw as well. So we'll just play Aloof Travelers now to try and get rid of another Arsenal, because in my opinion, Arsenal is their only win con. Their highest cost was a 3-drop. We're in a solid spot. Kind of just want to play a Poppy here and attack in with everything. So, yeah, I'm just going to attack in with everything but Lux. That's fine. Also fine. Got another Mayor, so I don't mind losing my Mayor. It's whatever. Surprised they're not blocking the 3-3 here. Or using the 3-3 to block my 5-2. Ziggs gonna block? No block with Ziggs. So they're not even clearing that much. They're just chumping here. But yeah, another good example. Poppy, sure, she died. But she buffed 5 things. Pretty sweet. If they pass here, I'll just pass. Okay. Knowing that's their last card. Yeah, I'll just pass here. I don't think I have to do anything Just gonna play Shellfolk now and just really close this game out. Radiant Guardian and Lux have been doing a great job of that, but let's just really close the game out with Shellfolk. So, yeah. That's a problem, but not really. Because of that play, kind of want to not play. No, I'll still play Shellfolk. I was considering just not playing anything and letting them kill my mayor and play a Radiant Guardian, but this is fine. Like, yeah, sure. Ziggs attacks, whatever. That's fine. I'll take 7. Really doesn't matter how much damage I take here. So just don't die here, basically. Going to 9. All right. We've always got a Rite of Negation in case we get scared of anything, but we win. This deck doesn't have too much late game burst potential. I'll take an Otterpuss here. Oh, hey. I completely forgot Lux was about to level. Give me another laser beam. Let's just kill him now. Sorry, Lux. Completely forgot you can give more than one final spark. That's on me. Sorry about that. But whatever. So yeah. As you can see, prime example of this deck. Honestly, I don't really know why my opponent's still here. That's fine. I don't even care about the Radiant Guardian dying anymore. But yeah, prime example of this deck. They have no cards in hand. We have cards in hand. We're just grinding them out so hard right now. Another Telescope for even more late game. Gotta love it. Just keep up the value. Aloof Travelers. Probably should have even considered Genevieve. Just gonna keep popping off. Reckoning is not the card I want. I'll take a Trickster here. Elusives are always nice. Oh, I played too many cards. Oops. Oh, well. Look, I've won this game. I kind of misplayed there. I played too many cards. We're going to burn a card, whatever. Burning Lux is annoying, but again, we've won this game. We can't really lose from here. Now, if I lose from here, that's going to be very embarrassing, but still. We can't lose from here, right? Okay, yeah. Having that get mini-morphed is annoying, but again, I've got a hand of 10 cards. My hand is so full, I burned a card from the top of my deck. We're not losing here. I guess I'll Radiant Guardian now? All I can really lose to is a very scary, big arsenal. That's it. That's not arsenal. I guess I'll do this now. I don't really want any of these, but I guess I'll take Ancient Preparations. And then I'll play this. I'm mostly playing this so I can start popping these Rolling Sands. And more pranks is nice too. Just find some random cards from them. Mess with whatever's left in their deck. I'll play this not because I want it, but because I want to get it out of the hand. And then I'll play this not because I want it, but because I want hand space. Predict is nice too. I don't want any of these. I want the Conchologist. Oh, hey, yeah, and I forgot. We had a Shellfolk. Okay, GG. Good game. Okay. I feel like I'm going to have a loss here. We got a deck that's not seen too much right now, which I'm honestly a little surprised it's not, but we got Scouts. And the new version of Scouts that plays Poppy instead of Quinn, which in my opinion is a very powerful deck for ladder. But I think we might be okay here because like old Scouts, the current version of Scouts I'm going to assume, because I haven't played against this deck too much, even though I think it's a solid deck and a very underappreciated deck, I assume it's going to be weak to Radiant Guardian like old Scouts was. Our hand is not helping so much. That really helps out a lot, too, though, the fact that they low-rolled here and got a terrible, terrible one-drop. Don't really like throwing this away, but whatever. Let's see what I get here. Might start throwing some pranks here to try and slow him down. So yeah, we're in a fine spot if I can just draw really well. Poppy helps. Poppy does help. I'll just pass here. If they pass, I'm happy with that. If it's Misfortune, I'm a little less happy with that because that makes me feel like Poppy's coming. Okay, okay. Mayor's a good start here. Maybe I can find Proto-Poro? No, but Telescope's not bad. But yeah, as you can see, this is a good example of our deck starting to fail us a bit where we don't find our early game. Still though, not terrible. I'm not gonna play Poppy here. Sure, Serpent Poppy is a pretty sweet combo. If they trade their Tracker for my Mayor, I'm fine with that. I'll just take 4 from Misfortune. I don't care. There's no way they would rally here, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll just play this now. Rally, maybe? Ooh. That's a problem. That's a very big problem, in fact. Okay, mini morph, not bad. We'll just play Poppy now. I'm not going to attack in with my 1-1 because, sure, it doesn't work towards my Poppy level up. But I don't want to sacrifice my 1-1 into the 3-3, especially when I have Radiant Guardian. They want to use a Sharp Sight there. I'm fine with that. Cool. This is good. This is really good that they're not using a Sharp Sight here. Tracker's going to be annoying, but whatever. I'll use 1 prank here because I feel like they have a rally in hand. Yep. Had a feeling that was coming. So I'll have 9 mana next turn. 4 after that. I'm not going to use another prank. I feel like I'm in an okay spot here. That helps a lot. That's a little less good. But let's just see what they do here. If they trade for Poppy, I'm very happy about this. Just Radiant Guardian this.
I'm sorry.
There we go. I was a little scared. It wasn't glowing a bit. It could just Lux. Lux is not a terrible play here. But I'll Radiant Guardian.
Justice will be served. Harry, riposte, you are toast.
Sure. 2-2 gets pulled in by a 3-5. 3-2 pulled in by the 3-2. Or 4-5 pulled in by a 3-2. Sure. I just care about getting that life. That's all I really care about. This is going to be a problem, though. Let's just start this now, see what's in their hand. Just crank that. Force them to play 7 mana to rally. You love to see it. Hopefully that other card in their hand's not a rally. Probably just another champion, like another Misfortune, but what you gonna do? I'm just gonna snap off an attack. I don't think I should do anything else, just snap off this attack. If that's a Sharp Sight, okay, cool, they're just blocking, that's perfect. I'm back to full health. Looks like I was correct. Radiant Guardian is just pretty solid against this deck. I'm just gonna play Conchologist here. Okay. Okay, Strafing Strike's a great one. Now I can use Strafing Strike to kill Fortune. And knowing what the rest of their hand is, I'm just going to mini morph now. So they can't open attack and level up Misfortune. So we won. Very fast game compared to the last one. They haven't conceded yet, but I assume they're going to concede soon. We're at full health. We have a huge hand. Yeah, we're probably not losing from here. I'm just going to play Lux here. We have 3 Luxes. It turns our Lux into barriers, which is nice. Sure, they're more expensive, but it's still nice. I'll just chump here to pop that barrier. Wait, why would I do that when I could just do this? And now Shellfolk does its job and wins us the game. Kinda surprised they did that play, but whatever. I mean, sure, opponent. You got it.
I will end this here.
I'll just do this. It's not like the 3-2 actually matters, so I'll just do this. I could consider blocking the 3-2 with Lux, or the 2-2. Actually, why didn't I block it with a 2-2? I'm dumb. Yeah, I'm dumb. Whatever. I never claimed to be that smart at this game. Oh well. But yeah, I should have blocked the 2-2. That was just too much value to say no to. Genevieve's annoying, but whatever. Knowing the rest of their hand, we'll just play Mayor now. Sure, I'll take the Aloof Travelers. 2-mana Aloof Travelers is pretty solid. Actually, this is kind of cute. Thanks to Stony Suppressor, Lux, in theory, should get more Final Sparks. In theory. Hey, opponent. Yeah, you're not doing anything here. Don't rope me because you're mad. Am I getting roped because they're mad? I think I'm getting roped because they're mad. Whatever. You can concede at any time, opponent. Just saying. Thank you. I guess they're looking for a Poppy out. I'm just gonna barrier here. Yeah, I'm just gonna barrier here. Let's do this, and then I'll play one of my Aloofs, my cheaper one. Nice, Sharp Sight's pretty solid. Ooh, got rid of a Grizzled Ranger. Love to see it. I can now use Sharp Sight to protect Lux from Genevieve, but I have barrier anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think I'll just barrier anyway here, so we'll just do like this. Block here. I'm gonna chump this, not because I care about the 2 damage, but because I want space on my board. And then I'll finally get rid of this Stony Suppressor. It is really annoying, but that's it. It's just annoying. 1 mana Final Spark. How annoying. Ooh, okay. Okay, whatever. I might spark Genevieve. Nah. It's probably better to spark Genevieve, but this Stony Suppressor is just annoying. Should have considered even telescoping here, but whatever. Again, like I said earlier, game's over. We'll just start with a Blue Traveler, see if I can draw anything great. Got rid of Brightsteel. No defensive Brightsteel for you. I feel like that's a spell now because of that. Let's start with a Telescope again. I'll take the Elusives, I guess. Just send them in. See what you got, opponent.
You poor thing.
See you never.
Oh, I could technically get that active. Let's just play an Elusive. No, why would I play an Elusive? I have a Radiant Guardian. Yeah, again, good example like our previous game. We've got a full board. Not necessarily a full hand, but we have a trillion cards in hand. Oh my God. You're just annoying. You're not a good start. You're just annoying, Stony Suppressor. That's all. I mean, you can kill my mayor, I guess. Sure, I don't care about this. Go ahead. Kill Lux. I'll just play my new Lux. Oh. Okay. We'll just
You will be
send it
scoured
all
from this
in.
land.
Alright. Good old surrender by not blocking. GG.
Did we win?
Okay. Welcome back to the deck. So 2 really good games at exploring and showing off this deck. We got to see some Poppy, just giving some good value. No Poppy level ups, but that's a very rare thing, not unheard of, but again, just kind of rare. Both games, Lux did pretty well, gave us some laser beams, helped us out with those final sparks. Shellfolks brought in the value. And Radiant Guardian, I think, in my opinion, showed off exactly why I like Radiant Guardian in this deck. Just came down and slowed our opponents down who were playing more aggressive decks. The Scout player and the Ziggs Taliyah player. Both more off-meta decks, but both solid decks, in my opinion. Both solid tier 2 decks. And like I said during the Scout game, I honestly think more people should play Scouts because that deck is really, really good, in my opinion, and just heavily underplayed, but sure. So yeah, very solid deck. It's honestly my favorite deck in the current meta. I've played it a lot since I've been brewing with it and I've come to this list. But yeah, I just like it. Highly recommend it for you if you're just looking for a Lux deck, because I know it's been a while since Lux was meta. I wouldn't say this is a meta deck because I'm pretty much one of only like 3 people on the ladder who still even play Lux anymore, but I don't know. I think Poppy and Vandal City are great enough to just carry Lux, and Lux is not dead weight anyway. Lux pulls her weight. We saw it in those past few games. So very fun deck. If you're looking for a control deck, I highly recommend this. We'll just stomp the floor with some more of the aggressive decks like Ziggs decks in general. So yeah, highly recommend it. Go try it out. And that's all we really have to say. Hope you all enjoyed the deck. And I'd love to hear any kind of comments you have on this deck. Maybe you think there are certain cards I'm not playing that you think I should play. Maybe like Riposte. I don't like it at the moment, but maybe you think it's good. I'd love to hear your options and reasons why you think certain cards should be in this deck and certain cards shouldn't be in this deck. And if you just enjoyed the video in general, I would love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below anyway. Always helps me out. And if you guys want to keep up with the Legends of Runeterra content, you can always go and subscribe to the channel as well. Also, if you want to watch me play some Legends of Runeterra on stream, you can go and check me out over on twitch.tv/Zenaton, where I stream pretty much every single day. I've been playing this deck a lot, actually, on my stream because I've been having fun with it. Actually, I even qualified for Seasonals with this deck. I gained enough LP to get into Seasonals with this deck. I didn't play in Seasonals because I don't have the time, but I still was able to get enough LP with this deck to qualify for Seasonals, so whatever. It's just a random fact. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all once more for watching this video, and until I see you guys in the next one, bye!